Get your strength up, right? You will frustrate the fuck out of a police officer if he can't catch your ass. Now, this guy's incredible. This guy knew this day was gonna come. He is prepared for our ass. I'm gonna run out of gas on this motherfucker right now. Get your ass in the gym. Get in the goddamn gym and get in that fucking treadmill. You get in that fucking treadmill and you work that shit. Steal everything.
Yo, easily my top 5 funniest guys.
Was that a reference to some of the work that he's done?
You said you'd see that, right? Man. Easily my top 5 funniest guys. You know, you like that? I did that right there. Come on, man. Come on, man. We co-worked on that. We co-starred in that. That is true. We co-starred in that.
So did I.
Okay, DB, you were in top.
I'm a co-star of yours.
Oh, look at us, man. Look at us.
Man, look at what we're doing.
Look what we're doing right here.
I wasn't on camera, but I remember when they filmed it.
Exactly.
Does that count?
It does count.
Okay.
And the audience, all that stuff counts. You go see it, you pay your money.
Okay.
You eat popcorn, gummy bears, and that kind of stuff.
I actually got to sit with Chris, so I mean, we kind of part of it.
No, we're
with
good.
Chris Rock.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. And then now there's other common denominators in this man. We haven't said his name yet, but you know his voice. Matter of fact, David Letterman should have you on My Next Guest Needs No Introduction.
Ooh.
Because you will have as many, if not better, stories than most of the guests he's had. He's had some phenomenal guests.
Yeah.
He's doing an incredible job with it.
Show.
But your voice alone, I know the citizens know who this is. But what you may not know is that he, alongside Heather B. and I, are also a part of a fraternity.
Yes, indeed.
DB, you want to break that down for him?
The MCU. The Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's right.
That's right.
Look at us.
Yes.
Look at us, man.
We did Luke Cage.
Come on, man. Look at this.
Man.
Y'all did Luke Cage.
We did Luke Cage.
Oh, that's right. You did do
Nigga,
Luke
so
Cage.
welcome, man. We here to officially welcome you to the
Marvel Universe, my man.
Is, brother. My one and only JB Smoove is here.
JB! Come on now.
Hey, it feels different when you a member of the MCU.
It's very,
come on.
hey man, believe me, doing this movie, I'm telling you something, I pushed, when they called me for the movie, I pushed, the first thing I asked them was, what are my powers? That's the first thing I want to know.
That's what you said?
What am I, of course. If Marvel calls you, the first thing you should clear up is, do I have powers? Am I a villain or am I a hero? What is it that you want me to do? Then they told me I was a teacher. So I said, okay, you know what I mean? But do I have powers? I want to know what radioactive insect is going to bite me. A termite, a roach.
A roach.
I didn't know what.
What
powers am I going to have?
Why the black man got to have a roach?
I'm just saying. I'm just whatever. What? Hey,
a roach is indestructible, man.
A roach. Hey, if the planet ended right now by nuclear destruction, the only thing left would be the roach. Now, imagine that same super roach surviving a Holocaust like that, and he is a protector of other roaches. Oh my God,
that's it.
It's gonna be a whole world of roaches. There's gonna be tons of people to save. All this will be theirs. They'll have their own radio show. They'll be sitting right now, but it's a roach.
You stupid.
No, I'm telling you, that's what will happen. They will take over everything we leave here. It's gonna be theirs.
This is interesting.
All the restaurants. They'll be having fine dining. They'll be doing everything, crossing their legs and smoking little roach cigars. And
little roaches
driving little smart cars around.
So you would be a roach.
Roach Man versus Spider-Man.
Picture your face on a roach. Everybody in this room, your likeness will be in a roach face. Are you kidding me?
Damn, that's good. You know how many?
Yeah, think like that sometimes.
Well, that's a long franchise right there because the roaches never die.
They're gonna have their own networks, their own radio stations, everything. That's gonna be a roach for everybody. A roach version of Samuel L. Jackson, a roach version of every major star you could think of.
Damn, JB Smoove at it
even
again,
sexy
man.
roaches.
Sexy roaches?
Imagine, yeah. Lady roaches too.
With a nice body? Or what do you mean by sexy? Like,
yeah, they'll have their antennas to be like a little curly, like they had their antennas done, you know?
Like the baby hair?
Yeah, like the threading. They do the little threading thing. The little threading, like the threading. You know, they thread the eyebrows.
The eyebrows.
But they'll be roach antennas, though.
Roach antennas.
This conversation really
I don't know where to
went off the rails.
But it sounds mad.
No, we're on the rails. I'm telling you, we're on the rails.
We're on the rails.
We're on the rails. We're right on the rails.
The subway rails.
Yeah.
We're in the magic. We're in the magic
train right here.
Yes.
You got on the 42s. You're supposed to get off on 84th, but it was an express train, and now you're on 125th Street. What the hell just happened?
That's what happened.
Hey, come on, I live on 125th,
man. Yes, this is true. You know, we were asking because I mean, your career speaks for itself. I mean, Marvel is Marvel is lucky to have you as a part of this franchise.
Man, I appreciate that. Man.
Absolutely. And the way you actually now, correct me if I'm wrong. The way this happened is because of Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man. You and he did a Aldi commercial,
Yes,
and the chemistry was so great that they felt like, damn it, we should write him. Is that true? We should write him into the movie.
You know what? I think everything you do in life is planting a seed. You know, I had no idea. I don't think they had any idea what that would lead to. You know, it was for Homecoming. You know, the Audi was the car, of course, in all the Marvel movies. And it's one of those things that sometimes things precede themselves, and you have no idea what seed you just planted. But I think it came down to us working well together. You know, a recognizable actor, an amazing actor in Tom Holland. And the commercial speaks for itself. It's a great commercial. It sold the car. It sold a pairing of two actors who work well together. And when I got the call to do the movie, it was just one of those things where they gave me a call, and I said, wow, it's an amazing opportunity. But at the same time, you know, you got to make choices as an actor and as your business and all that kind of stuff. Because even at the red carpet, I ran into Audi, and they were like, oh, we're so happy you got this role. But in her eyes, I felt like she wanted to use me for a few more commercials. That's what I felt, the energy from her. She said, well, you know, we're so happy you got this movie. We were thinking about other stuff, but, you know, it's okay.
Oh, she hit you with that?
Of course, because, you know, it was a great commercial. It was fun.
But
you
why
know, and who wouldn't want to be a part? Hell, they gave me an Audi R7 for 5 weeks for doing that commercial. Just to have and kick it. You know, I got paid to do the commercial, but they gave me an R7 to ride around in. Man, that car was so banging. I said, man, I would love to rent this car, have this car again. 5 weeks they gave it to me, and but at the same time, it's not it's like putting my toe in the Marvel universe.
Okay,
working with him, and he was in the Spider-Man costume, and it was for Homecoming, so my toe was in the Spider-Man.
You were in a uniform,
in the universe a little bit, but then when I did the movie, it's a whole nother level. This red carpet 2 days ago, I mean, you cannot imagine the magnitude. I did it on Instagram. I lived it up from the carpet, and I told people this is going to be spectacular. And I want everybody to see, you know, and young people also to see that, you know, you gotta put work in. You gotta enjoy what you do. Take try out of your vocabulary and just watch your progression of where you can end up at, as long as you stay true, show up on time, stay late, and do all the things that you're supposed to do for whatever it is, whether you're a lawyer, a doctor, whatever. But this was amazing to be a part of. Hell, I met Samuel L. Jackson for the first time.
That was the first time?
You would figure me and this dude would have met by now, and we have never met each other. And we are in this movie, of course, together, but we don't have any scenes together. But the crazy thing is that the first thing he said to me was, you know what? I was on set, and I was wondering. I asked somebody, wait a minute, JB Smoove's in this movie? He ain't in this scene with me? Where's JB Smoove at? It was one of those things where, wow, we're in the same movie, and I'm a huge Samuel L. Jackson fan.
Yeah.
So I had to put it to the universe, which I'm going to do right now also is.
Do it.
I told, man, I said, we got to do something together, man. So I'm having my hope. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Me and Samuel L. Jackson will be in the movie together at some point. I'm
I
telling
like
you,
that.
I already put it to the universe already.
You know, and it's interesting because Samuel L. Jackson revealed to us that he listens to this show every day on his way to the golf course. And he said it live on air.
Yeah.
So
And
right now, he's on right now. He's driving his golf cart, listening to this show right now. Samuel, what's up, Playboy? Let's do it.
There it is.
Let's do it, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this movie is going to be spectacular, man, and the level of, you know, but the movie is about these amazing teens. We take them, you know, myself and Martin Starr, we play teachers, and we take them on this amazing European trip, and it really is fun to be a part of this, man. And you know, it's so many levels to this Marvel universe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had the secrecy stuff that we had, but
Yeah, we had it.
oh man, you can barely read the script, man. If you do read the script, you gotta go in a trailer, and they gotta wait for you to read it, and then half the pages are blacked out because this is the first movie.
Like the Mueller report.
Yeah, this is the first movie after Endgame. So that's why when the trailer came out, it was two different trailers. There was a regular trailer, and then after everybody saw Endgame, they put out the other trailer.
Because they couldn't spoil what
Couldn't
happens in
spoil,
Endgame.
to put the spoilers out. So every day we shot one scene, like one page. You walk into your trailer, you figure you'll have a stack. No, you get one page at a time. And you're sitting there like, this is all we're going to shoot today? And one little page. But John Watts, the director, he did a great job giving us some rope, let us have fun with the character.
This is dope.
You know, and it really is. We shot in Prague.
Uh-huh.
We shot in Venice. We shot in London. Man, I was in London for 3 months. Man, they put me in a little flat apartment. Man, I felt like I lived there for a minute. I mean, I'm walking out the door like I'm in London, basically with my own apartment in London, hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stayed in St. Albans. I got a chance to walk around. It was really cool because nobody recognized me. I'm walking around. I'm going shopping. I'm buying groceries, doing the normal stuff, you know, that I would normally do.
Yeah.
And it felt real. It felt crazy. Like, I'm out here, and every day I'm getting in the car service, going to Warner Brothers, shooting this movie. But it was an amazing time to be there also because while we were shooting Spider-Man, they were also shooting Wonder Woman out there. They shot Men in Black out there. So a lot of my friends were in London. So we would all call each other and link up for dinner and go to parties. A few people had birthday parties while they were over there. So it was really cool that you get a chance to work with your colleagues and your friends are also over there in London also. So it made it really fun and easy to do this movie every day.
JB Smoove, man, you sound. Listen, this man sounds happy, and you wouldn't even know as many things as you done, man. But to hear you sound like this, bro, I'm happy for you, man.
I think it's the you know, like one day I actually sat down and looked at all the stuff I've done, and there's a natural progression to things and expansion of your demographics, number one, and also expansion of your circle. That's also very important, and what you mean to other people and what makes them happy about what you do. So it really is important to understand that and follow that route.
Yeah.
You know, so
we had a conversation because, you know, Heather and I also being a part of the MCU. And DB was saying he wish he could do it. And I said, hey, man, you got to go for what you know, man. Maybe you could go in as a stunt man, and that could lead to you becoming, you never know where it might lead. You might become talk to him, JB.
Go for what you
He
know.
said, I don't want to go as a stunt man. That ain't going to never
Because I don't know
happen.
nothing about no damn stunts.
But if they offered him a position as a stunt man.
if they offer you one, you better fall, brother. You better fall down and roll and arch your back.
Fuck around and can't walk.
Whatever you got to do, you take it.
You
do
take it, right?
You do it. Whatever you want to do, you do it. You show up. Hey, I'm telling you, man, you know how many times I was an extra in movies? If I go back to everything I ever done, it really does build. You are building something. You know, my first sketch show was Lyricist Lounge Show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Yeah.
that was years
MTV.
ago, man. That was great.
Yeah.
That led to Cedric the Entertainer Presents, which is another sketch show. And that, ironically, it must have been something I was trying to do. Although I ended up on SNL, I was on camera here and there. That's a sketch show. But also I was a writer also on that show. But, you know, I think everything just leads to something else. So whatever you want to do, you just got to do it. You just got to try it. You know, get in the doorway.
I never said
Once
I
you
wanted
get in
to
the
do
door,
stunts,
everything's kind of
but-
good.
Yeah, you're great advice. I never said I wanted to do stunts. That was your suggestion.
And I already put mine.
Here's my suggestion. I
Oh,
said,
whatever.
Well, I said
Yeah.
if you want to be a part of a cast, maybe they don't have a role open, but they offer you. Well, can you do a stuntman role?
Yeah.
Would you take it? And then
Whatever. Hey, if they had called me and said, hey, you know, we love you, JB Smoove. We would love to have you do some stunts also in this movie. You think I'm going to say no? Man, I'm going to roll around, I'm going to fall from a building, all that good stuff, man.
all that.
All that stuff.
We got Paul on line from Philly.
What's up, Paul?
Paul, what's up?
What up, P?
How y'all doing? JB, how's it going, sir?
Man, I cannot
I love
complain.
your stand-up.
Appreciate.
Well, the Hollywood success is outstanding, but my concern is, as a fan, are we going to slow down on that stand-up, or are we going to keep that grind going with Hollywood still?
Oh, no. I'm on tour right now. I resumed my tour. I put it off. When I started doing the movie, I had to remove it a little bit. And then, but also, aside from, I had to redo my tour. And then in February, I actually got hurt in the Celebrity All-Star game. I busted a lung, actually. I was in the hospital for 11, 12 days. So I also had to move my tour again. And I posted several times to all my fans who actually bought tickets for the shows. I had to move it twice because I thought I was going to be good and I was ready to resume my tour. And then I set up new dates. And then all of a sudden, my doctor was like, nah, bro, you ain't 100% yet. I had to cancel again. And that's when I went in the hospital for 11 days straight.
You had a bruised lung or a punctured lung?
I landed. I was balling, and I went to block a shot, and I landed on Ray Allen's shoulder, actually.
Oh.
Who's a Hall of Famer. If you're gonna land on somebody, at least I didn't land on no regular person.
Yeah, it was a Hall of Famer.
I would have been mad as hell if I had done that on the blacktop somewhere, playing a pickup game in Harlem somewhere. I would have been mad as hell.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man.
Yeah.
But this was
You was a Hall of Famer, kid.
It's a Hall of Famer right here.
You make even a story even
I
better.
might have him sign my rib, you know. But I ended up thinking I was, after 3 days in the hospital, I thought I was gonna be good, and I set up new dates, and I had to cancel all of them again. I was like, damn it! I apologize to everybody, but I'm 100% now, and I'm back on this lollygagging tour. We did the Warner Theater in D.C. already. We did Orlando. We got Caroline's, of course. We did one last night, sold out. We have all these shows gonna be sold out.
Wait,
So we
hold
got
up.
6 shows in a row.
He got Caroline's because you in Philly, Paul. We got you a pair of tickets. Would you come see him?
Oh, absolutely, sir.
Okay. Well, he's at Caroline's tonight at 7:30 and 10. Tomorrow at 7:30 and 10 p.m.
Yeah.
2 shows, and Sunday at 7:30. What day works for you?
Oh, I can't roll through New York. I thought you meant Philly because I know he's going to be.
Oh, all right, never mind.
I'll be at the Parks Casino though, July 20th.
July 20th.
Parks Casino, yeah. Come on out to Parks Casino, man. That's right in Philly. That's outside of Philly. So, come on to that joint. How about that?
You good with that?
Oh, I'll be right there, sir. Absolutely.
I can't get you tickets to
Yeah,
that. You got to buy
screw
those.
that
All
up.
right.
I'm gonna have to take care of my man.
You gonna take care? Oh, you take care.
I got my man AB right here. We take care of you, man.
Okay, hold on the line.
Make sure we get your info, man. We'll put you on the list.
Hold
brother.
on the line. We
That's
get the info.
nice.
AB,
Yeah,
man.
we'll take care of this dude, man.
Hey, do you know AB when I first came to New York in 2000, in the early 2000s, AB was a guy who was always bringing me gifts. You
There you
know,
go.
and AB used to lace me with watches, and I'm not even a jewelry wearer, but he used to bring me all these nice watches every time, and always checked in on me.
That's
And
good
what
stuff.
I always like is I always see you two together. So no matter how high your star has risen,
Right.
you always keep that man right next to you.
Yeah, that's 5th grade. I call him 5th grade.
5th grade?
5th grade,
That
man.
long?
Yeah, 5th
Okay.
grade, bro.
Yeah. Do you ever get on your nerves?
All the time.
Yeah. How you deal with that? Like when it's 5th grade?
Hey, man, we build careers, man, and we've also got to build and make sure relationships that are close to you are right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to always have good energy around you, pushing you, telling you what's dumb, tell you enhancing everything you do. You got to make sure you keep that energy around you, because you learn just as much as from mistakes. You learn just as much as, you know, if you think you figured it all out because everything's going well, you haven't. You know. It's only going to, you're going to get too comfortable that everything's going so well, you're not going to be prepared if you hit a bump in the road.
Yeah.
And bumps in the road are always going to come, especially in this career, because things change so much in entertainment, and the world is a lot faster from when I started doing this. I'm 30 years in. So you got to remember, we didn't have phones.
Yeah.
You travel on the road, you got to pull over, get some change out your pocket, get a calling card, put the calling card number in.
Yeah.
When you traveling like that, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I definitely have seen everything from driving on the road for 2 weeks straight, doing comedy clubs in little cities, and it really is a total different platform that these artists have now at their disposal. We didn't have all this, man.
The Instagram, the YouTube.
Yeah, man, gassing the car up,
Yeah.
and little rundown gas stations in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
fighting people, fighting promoters for your money.
Yeah.
It was way different, man. Oh, man.
Now they
I've
get
done some hole in the walls you would not believe, man. Oh, God.
like what's one of the worst ones you could recall that you did?
Oh,
like
man.
what made it bad?
They had a club in Atlanta called 559. When I tell you, these dudes were notorious. You could be on a 2-week tour and had 20 dates, but the only one that stood out was that one right there. Like, man, when I get down to 559, what am I going to say? What's the first thing I'm going to say? Because once they love you, oh, man, you are gold.
Yeah.
They also had one in Miami. It was called Miami Nights. Oh, man, that was rough, man. Half the audience was strippers, and half was like half the tables had bottles on them with thug dudes with bottles like dancing. You're like, whoa, this is gonna be a crazy crowd right here. So you always had to like do your research and give them what they wanted to hear, or at least initially give them what they want to hear. Then you do your real stuff, but always fun. But it makes you who you are.
Yeah.
It gives you that shell, that thickness to your career, and lets you deal with obstacles and understand that, okay, everybody's ears are different.
Yeah.
Let me learn how to get in their ear and let them embrace my style and what I'm doing on stage. So all these things make perfect sense. And now it's a whole different world right now. So it was definitely after 30 years, man, of seeing the humble beginnings of what it takes to build, especially stand-up. We have to be able to change constantly with what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So it's very harder. It's harder for us, to get the heartbeat of what's going on and the pace of what's going on in the world, and put it out there verbally.
Yeah.
On stage,
And you gotta be careful. Feel like too.
Yeah, man. You can't. Yeah, you can't say as much as you used to say because everybody takes everything you say literally, and the world is very PC. But I think I've said this before that the comedian is the next level of the real news. You get the real news, and you got a comedian's interpretation of the news, which is a lot more watered down version of it, so that we're very good at filtering emotion, filtering our own problems and things we've been through, and making it manageable. And what's going on in the world, we make it manageable. Some people don't even watch the real news because there's too much going on. They can't consume it all at one time. It's like depressing in some sense. So a comedian's take on it is always better for them. When you watch the late night shows, they take the real news of what's going on in politics or whatever, and they just do their little monologue.
And they flip it.
And you're like, they flip that monologue, man. They make it make sense.
Every night. That's hard to do.
You better laugh at it because I'll tell you something. You'll cry, man, watching some of this stuff going on.
JB Smoove is here, man. At Caroline tonight and tomorrow night, 7:30, 10 p.m. Sunday at 7:30.
Oh, man.
JB, let me ask you, because you touched about like comedians with bumps in the road and challenges and things, and especially like the PC world that we live in now.
Yeah.
And I've done stand up. I'm not as seasoned as you are, but I still understand, and I am influenced by lots of people, and I understand the comedian's job is mostly to obviously make people laugh, but to also make light of situations that might be tough to talk about.
Right.
You know what I mean? And topics that people don't necessarily want to discuss, but you bring it forward and you make light of it or whatever. So when comedians get caught up in scandals and things like that, does it take away from their talent because now they're being recognized for whatever, whether it's Aziz or Louis C.K. or things like that? Like, do you push aside the influence they've had on other comedians after them and like the greatness and things that they've contributed? Or do you just say like, hey, you shouldn't be making jokes about that because you want to kind of get past that moment? Like, where do you kind of draw the line?
Man, throughout history, the comedian has been, we've always had to deal with that, whether it's Pryor, Lenny Bruce, you name it. They all had their era where they had to deal with knocking walls down. And right now, there's a lot of walls up right now that have to be knocked down or built. Some of them have to be built, some have to be knocked down. But I think the comedian, from what you're saying, there's always gonna be that, man. You're never gonna get past that because it's just the nature of what the speed that everything's going right now. There's more coverage of everything. Even in comedy clubs now, they take your phone. Some big theaters, they don't want you to have this because you have not created a safe space for you to joke about anything you want to talk about on stage. So they take the phones, so you can't, all you're going to have is your memory right now. You rely on your mind to be in this space. When you walk out that door, you don't even got to think like me no more. I'm just presenting these premises and jokes, and you can leave here and start thinking about stuff that matters, your kids, your job, whatever, your health. Don't leave here thinking about this because it's going to consume your day, and you ain't gonna recognize you got a damn heart problem. You know what I mean? You got other things better than what is coming out of my mouth as a bit, as opposed to being concentrated on that your whole damn day, and you can't wait to write about it. Like, oh, he said this. Man, I'm telling you, there's 1,000 things more powerful in this world that are going on than what a comedian is saying on stage. I promise you.
Okay.
That's way more important. That you focus on that long enough, it's going to take away an opportunity you have for something else. You just filled in that space in your life with a square peg that's going in that damn circle. And now you done walk by a future employer. You done walk by a future wife. You know what I mean? You just ignored your kid.
Yeah.
And he needs some really quality time with you. You have replaced that with some negative thing that you're thinking about on an hour show on stage or whatever. It's just, and every comic is different. Like, I'm not political. I'm not controversial. I don't say crazy stuff, but that's my style. But it's not. Who am I to say this guy who went through so much in his life can't take what he's been through in his life and put it on stage? You know, some people get offended by even your own story.
Yeah.
That's my story. That's what happened to me. I can't make light of my own life.
Yeah.
So you're offended because I'm telling you what happened to me and I spun it to deal with it in a funny way. You can't. I mean, how do you police that? You know, you're talking about thousands of comedy clubs around the world.
Yeah.
Talking about major comics.
Talking more
and
than
you gotta
that.
realize this: is it if a open micer said it, would you make more attention to it as if Chris or any other big name comic said it?
Yeah.
Is it the same thing, or is it different because they're bigger than this open micer? If you say it, you've not been doing that long. If you said that's an important, is it I said it, or is it more important because I said it, or is it because someone said it? You guys on the radio every day.
Yeah.
You guys have to police yourself all the time.
Absolutely.
You hit a lot of people, millions of people listen to you guys, so you got to make sure that.
You
You got to make sure you got.
Yeah, we keep it 100, but
we 100, but
we
in a certain
choose
way.
who we want to keep 100 about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You have
So-
to pick and choose. Is that? But see, in some minds, they're saying to themselves, "Damn, am I being honest with myself? Because I'm picking through every little thing I say." You're like, "Damn," you know. And some people can't do it because they feel like I'm handcuffed. I'm in jail. I'm in prison right now because I can't express myself the right way. But that goes for. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
I've heard horrible stuff in music right now, and
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. They can get away with this, but I can't go on stage and say this? Are you kidding me? What's the difference? What's the difference between the content that your kids can hear and the content that an audience can hear with no kids in the audience? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the difference? I go on stage and won't be one kid in the audience, all adults. But these adults are, some adults will get offended by certain comedians. But meanwhile, our music sometimes have the most terrible messages that might be 10 times worse for society and your kids that they can just access with their little phone and hear anything they want to hear as far as music. So we got to be very careful.
JB
You know.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love this today,
dropping
man.
it.
You came
I'm
in.
dropping it,
You gave
baby.
us a sermon today.
Hey,
Drop a
man.
gym on him.
You see that?
You got to do it.
You come to that Marvel universe,
That's
baby. You
30
keep
that's
some
30 years.
All wisdom.
That's
all
30
wisdom,
years
boy,
in, man.
okay?
That's 30 years in, bro.
Make sure you check him out as Mr. Dell in the new film Spider-Man Far From Home, July 2nd. That's Tuesday.
That's
Yeah,
Tuesday,
because they
man.
want to get before July 4th.
This is gonna be
Okay.
this is an amazing time, you know, to be, you know, have some movement and you know, even Curb Enthusiasm is also done. That season is wrapped.
Oh, wow.
Season 10 is coming out.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
Can you say you was going to make where we got a scene in that? You remember
you know what? I told Larry,
What
and
did
Larry
Larry
said,
say?
I told the
Laugh
same
at
thing to
us.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Larry said, one black friend at a time. That's what he said.
That's what he said? Okay,
That's
all
what he
right,
said.
cool. Next time. All right, JB Smooth. Check him out at Caroline tonight.
JB, get out now.
7:30
Hey,
to
man,
10.
I'm telling you,
Tomorrow,
hey,
7:30.
I tried to push. I pushed
Get
for
out.
y'all.
Next time, next move.
I
Next
pushed,
next
I pushed.
season.
There's
All
too
right.
many in the
I said,
room.
her name is Heather. And Sway. You might know them. You know. Yeah, whatever. you know.
Okay. Well, at least you said our names.
I said your
Okay.
name. He knows,
All right.
he knows of you, at least.
Okay, great, cool. Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Sway in the Morning Shade 4 or 5.